All right, so today we're going to talk about how to solve radical equations. And to do that, we're going to have to first isolate the radical. Everything from outside the radical must move to the right-hand side. Then you're going to raise each side of the equation to the power of whatever that index is to eliminate the radical sign. Basically, we'll get rid of it, cancel it out. You solve the whatever equation is remaining, and then you have to check to make sure that the solutions that you got work, because anything that doesn't work is an extraneous solution. So let's go ahead and do some examples. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. So again, first thing, move anything that's outside that radical to the other side. So this 10 is being added to that radical, so I'm going to have to subtract 10 on both sides. So I get the square root of a plus 7 equals 1. Then, because the index is 2, we're going to square that, and whatever I do to one side, I must do the other. So that's essentially going to get rid of the radical, and you get a plus 7 is equal to, well, 1 squared is just 1. Subtract 7 from both sides, solve whatever's remaining. So you get a equals -6. Then you have to check for extraneous solutions. So when I check this for extraneous solutions, okay, you got to plug it back in. So -6 plus 7, and your question is, does that equal 11? Now you got the 10 plus out here. I forgot about that. So 10 plus -6 plus 7 is the square root of 1. Does that equal 11? The square root of 1 is just 1. And you get 11 equals 11. So you're good, which means that this solution works. Yeah, let's do another one. So when you have one like this, I would take this right here and I would convert it to radical form. So you get -36 equals -9 times the square root of c minus 12. Okay, because that index is 2. Okay, then I would divide that, get rid of anything outside the radical according to my rule. So you get 4 equals the square root of c minus 12. Then you would square both sides to get rid of that index. So you get 16 equals c minus 12. Add 12 to both sides. And you get 28 is equal to c. So then we have to check it to make sure it works. You can check it from this point if you want. So it's -36 equals, that's the question, -9 times the square root of c minus 12. Well, we just got c to be 28. Okay, so -36 times equals -9, that's the question, times the square root of 16. Well, the square root of 16 is 4. So you get -36 equals -36. That works, which means this solution works. All right, let's do another one. So again, anything that's outside of that radical needs to move to the other side. So we're going to move that 9 over. So I get the 4th root of 8k plus 12 equals -2. And the index is 4, which means I got to fourth it, put it to the 4th power to get rid of that. So you get 8k plus 12 equals 16. Subtract 12 from both sides. So you get 8k equals 4. So k would equal 1/2. And then you got to double check it to make sure it works. So it's the 4th root of 8 times k, which is 1/2. Plus 12 minus 9. Does that equal -11? Well, the 4th root of 8 times 1/2 is 4 plus 12 minus 9. Does that equal -11? So you get the 4th root of 16 minus 9. Does that equal -11? And I get 4 minus 9. Does that equal -11? So you get -5 equals -11, which does not work. And since that's the only solution that you got when you solve this, that means this has no solution. last one. Okay. When you have multiple radicals, just do whatever, as long as their index is the same, you can just get rid of them by doing whatever that index is. So in this case, it's 2. So you get u minus 8 equals 43 minus 2u. Okay, so we're going to add the 2u to both sides. So you get 3u minus 8 equals 43. Add 8 to both sides. So I get 3u equals 51. So when you divide by 3, you get u equals 17. So we gotta double check it, plug it in. So you have the square root of 17 minus 8. Does that equal the square root of 43 minus 2 times 17? So 17 minus 8 is the square root of 9. 43, that would be minus 34. So square root of 9, does that equal the square root of 9? Well, that would, because you would get 3 equals 3, which checks out, which means this is a solution. We're good.